Good morning, beautiful divine beings. I hope everyone can hear me. I wanted to I wanted to bring a transmission today and downloads and upgrades from the planet connecting to the crystal root races. So right now I'm actually trying to set up Facebook. So just give me a second because I'm having collapsing timelines. That way everyone can come in and to be able to hear on Facebook too. So just give me just a second. Good morning. Now I was supposed to start at 10:10. So it is a 10:10 activation this morning. And as I was walking, I don't know if anybody started seeing numbers as soon as we wake up, but I woke up on the beach and I've been staying out on Daytona Beach and it's on a crystalline crystal, natural preserved part of Daytona Beach. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'm very close to the crystalline structures of the coral and the reefs. So it was really beautiful. And I woke up with the sun rising and just the beautiful energies and lots of clearing in the body. And I'm going to go into um, the the experience of what I have been experiencing and how we have to clear and to keep cleansing and clearing and purifying the body. I'm going to I'm going to bring through the downloads of the crystal root races, and they're the sacred root races. Now, they're not ancient races. They're now races and they're future races. Hopefully, you'll be able to understand that I call it there's so much coming in, which is really cool. So just relax. When I say the now races, there's so many different um beliefs and templates that are wiping right now. So we're in a massive template wipe, and we really are in a massive template wipe. Hello everyone. I have beautiful Tiana, hockey lover, and Jim. Welcome. Welcome into our beautiful space. So there's so much coming through. When we say the now races, we say 0 point, all right? But that's not even the words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to only use the old template words. Hopefully you guys will be I hope that you guys will understand. I'm only using the template, the old templates that we're wiping right now. Those words. So we're in a massive template wipe as we're cleansing and clearing the physical body. We're cleansing and clearing the crystals and the crystalline structures and geometrics of the physical body. Now that is the old template that's still running. That will be every word that I speak right now. That is a belief, and it is the most beautiful creations. and the creations of the most beautiful beings, which are the species of the planet, which are us. We are the ones that are able to create. So I call it, and I do, it still isn't it's a crystal intelligence, crystalline intelligence, because that is how we create. And those are the only words that I can bring through right now. But that's how we create, is through the actual physical body. And that, like I said, that the species of the planet, the intelligence that we have, that we are, our experience here is creation. So just give me 1 second, and I'm just gonna check Facebook. And what I would love for you to do as I start activating the field and bringing through the crystal downloads and upgrades, and the energies that are coming through. And those are a transmission of the God source code and the crystal source code. So you can just relax and start connecting to your higher version of you, to your crystal starseed version of you, to your oversoul, your Christed avatar, and your Christed oversoul, your galactic higher self, your starseed higher self, your crystal higher self, and just open up your heart to receive. And we're receiving from the planet today, and also from the full system of the universe and the crystalline system of the universe, and what we call is the holographic experience and the experience here. When we speak of experience, it's how we see through the eyes. It's how we see through the eyes and how we see through the physical body. That is the experience, and that is a part of how we create. So just connect to your higher self. Now you can set up your space. You can set up the space with crystals and Andaras energy tools. Anything that's going to assist you with relaxing your body and connecting, and just being able to open up the heart, and just to allow and to start to center and start centering to receive the transmission of the crystal source code and the crystal God source code and the crystal God source code of universes in the world of God. Just relax your body. And I'm still going on Facebook, so hold on. Okay, so you guys can see me. Good. I just can't see you on my chat here on Restream. Can everybody hear me clearly, or am I going in and out? That's what I want to know. If I'm going in and out. Hmm. Okay, good. Thank you, Jamie. Okay, so I want you to relax your body, open up, and to allow the transmissions and the activations to come in. So receiving the downloads this morning and the transmissions of the downloads that we're going to bring in today. It's about when we talk about a template wipe and when we talk about clearing the Akashic records. Now I started to write today, and I'll start finishing my writings. I'll finish the writings and then I will put it up on a blog on my website, and I'll post it on Facebook, and then I post it on YouTube and my Telegram groups. Now, this morning, through my experience, massive releasing last night, which is the timelines that we choose to experience as the crystal being, as a star seed, as a being that I am. I will have to say that I'm choosing, and I chose on a soul level, and the ones that are in that creation and that timeline that we chose to experience it. We did choose to experience it on a higher level. So the clearings last night and what we're experiencing right now and what we have been experiencing, and it's still a part of the old template. So when I'm talking about a template, let's just say beliefs. I'm going to say beliefs, but it's like an old system that is running. And it always will be, because every single day our geometrics and the crystal structures of our physical body, the geometric system itself. So I'm just going to use words to be able to explain it the best I can. That they are activating and moving in different systems and geometric patterns every single day in order to create what we call is the holographic experience, or the crystalline experience, or the planet experience. Everything that you see outside of your eyes. We'll say it, yes. How we see through our eyes. Now, it's the whole physical body that goes through a new crystal geometric pattern to be able to create the experience the next day. And it's the crystals, it really is the crystalline crystals of the physical body. So experiencing, when we talk about cleansing and clearing the Akashic records, that's what we're going to do, a massive, massive clearing. And we will experience it. All of us will be experiencing it because we're all connected to the God source. And it is a crystal code. So we're all connected through source or prime creator, God consciousness. There's so many different words. It really is whatever it is that you are creating as a higher being. So just close your eyes and always just ask. I always tell everyone just to ask, what is the words that comes in? What is your download today? What is your when we're talking about downloads, we're talking about telepathic download that's from your higher self and your higher version of you. I want you just to be able to connect. Downloads is it can be the planet collective downloads. It's like receiving telepathic downloads, almost like emails from your higher self. And it does come in crystal codes, crystal geometric systems. And those systems are the actual physical body. It's the physical body that holds the crystalline system, crystalline structures. Those are the crystals of the body. So I have so much coming in, but I still want you to go deeper within to see what is the words that comes in for you. So when I say God source, God consciousness, the universes and the world of God, which is the God code, and it is a God source code. It's the infinite, the prime creator, and that's what we are, and it's just us. So we are source, and we are source. We are the being and the higher being. So I would like everyone to go within and just see what it is you see in your template. What is your download today? Upgrades. So when we are speaking about upgrades, we're talking about the upgrades of the physical body, the crystal code system and the geometrics of the physical body and the crystalline crystals. And there's crystal crowns, royalty crowns, and actual dressings. And I call it jewelry. And they're in different geometrics and patterns. They're different geometric systems. Now, when you start to see them, and you will start to see them on people, and you could start to see them on your own children, your crystal, you can call them your crystal children, but you're also a crystal. You are the crystal root race of the planet. That's the download from the planet that came in. So when I say that we all can be experiencing, so what I'm experiencing, and I'm speaking through experience, what I'm experiencing in the past 5 years, and what I have to clear in the physical body. It's the crystal system that is doing kind of what you can say a reboot, but a new system every single day, a new geometric pattern that is querying the actual physical body, experiencing the timeline that we have to experience no matter what, and what the experience is through the words of expression, which is just it's just a telepathic download. It's different systems, coding. It could come in forms of quantum physics or light language when you actually do see it. Yeah, there's no words to express. There is no words to express. We're given a way of expressing through our mouth, speaking. Now, animals and plants, anything that is living, that is created through the planet, and it's the planet's coding, which is the being itself, it's the being, and I call it the ship. I call it a ship because it's like a ship. It is. It's the being itself. You have to understand that it's the being itself, that we're in the actual physical body. So the coding system is the being that you walk on. So here's the physical body. So you are the planet, right? Okay. So we are the planet. That when you're looking through the eyes and you look through your eyes as the crystal root race, we are the root race. All species here on the planet is the crystal root race. So it's the crystal planet root races. When we talk about root races, they're talking about ancient races, but those are those are just the creations and the beliefs of the crystal beings and the planet, crystal human beings. So we are the actual crystal human root races. So we are the planet itself. So just see if you can expand into you. Well, that's the only words we have, right? That's the only words we have. So I just want you just to see if you can remember. See if you can remember that you're just the planet. So we can call it a ship, right? So it's the being itself. It's what we walk on. So when you walk around, you see the trees, the species. You see the species of the planet, what is living. As you walk around every single day and you are in the physical body, that you're just the planet, but we'll call it a ship, but it's her ship. It's the being ship. Anything that is living, breathing, the species, are that's just the planet source code. So when we talk about source or prime creator, you're just talking about the planet. So when we say collective, that's just a word, but all of us are experiencing. Now, not all of us are going to experience the same template wipes or Akashic record clearing. And there's ones that are all connected through the planet, crystallized God code, or that is in a higher awareness of who they are. Now, the ones that haven't experienced it yet, they are in a higher awareness already, and they are the higher planet, God source being. So it's the planet, the being itself that you walk on. Hopefully, you understand that you, hopefully, I hope everyone's kind of following me, right? But you are the being you walk on. You're the creation of the planet itself. That you are the planet, God or source or prime creator. That you are the being itself. Because you're in, this is the body. Some people call it a vessel, but you're walking in the body that was created by the planet itself. So it just means that you're just the planet. And that you are the planet. You're just her or the being that has millions and millions of what we call as the crystal root race. So that's what we speak of collective, or how we're all connected. And how we're all connected We're all connected and experiencing the Akashic record clearing, the massive template wipes, the massive Akashic record clearing, the crystals, the recoding, the reset, and it is like a reboot of the geometric system, geometric patterns. It's the crystals, it's the physical body, but it's also I call it the planet's either record or like a source database or a god, like a god coding or a computer, an actual computer system. Like a computer system. It's like a massive data of source. So it's the planet that is deciding that it's time to create through our physical body a new creation or a new template every single day, new patterns, new geometric systems and codings and patterns right now. The best way I can explain it, it's like the only way I see it is like a quantum computer system, an actual computer system, almost like different systems, geometric and patterns. It's what the planet is doing itself. So those are the massive template wipes, and all of us can be experiencing going through a massive clearing, and that will be the clearing of what we call the words and the old template system of a planet and the crystal root races, which are the humans. And I'm talking about the crystal root race humans right now. They are creating, so it's the planet that is creating new systems, new telepathic geometric downloads and upgrades right now, which are really cool. But we use the word karma. So karma is the word. That's just another reality that we chose to experience as the planet. So we are the planet itself, which is, I think that's really cool to be able to remember and start to really remember that we are the planet itself, that we're the planet, because you're you're walking on walking on the being itself and the planet itself, and you're in the planet's a body. You're in an actual body, and you're walking. So when you see other beings and species and animals that don't speak at all, they're telepathic. Those are the most advanced beings. Is the creation of the planet and what she created. It really is what she created is the plants, the flowers, and the different species. They are the higher intelligent beings. And they really are, because they're telepathic. And they really are to me. And I'm just going to say this, and then I will be able to, yes, to create something else, right? But they are to me because they are telepathic beings and they speak through the original organic system and template systems. They hold that template, that organic original system of telepathy, communication through codes and light codes and geometrics and patterns. And that's actually how I do see them. The picture is Greece. Someone's asking about the picture. That's Greece. It's one of the islands of Greece I was looking up for crystal pyramids. I was guided to look up the crystal pyramids. I have to give everybody a heart. Lots and lots of hearts, lots of love. So massive shift in reality shift right now. It's another system of crystal pyramids, and that the crystal pyramids is the planet. So it's the planet, crystal root races, human root races, materialization of the planet itself. So creation, something really beautiful that was given to us. All right. Now, if I go in and out, the reception is the reception's going in and out. So the massive, we're going to say karma, and there's no karma. You have absolutely no karma, if you can remember this. So the karma is a reality that we created to experience the emotional body of fear. That would be the fear coming up in the body. So when we speak of karma, there's a way of transmitting as what we say is good karma. And then there's ones that have continued to create as a collective in a soul group. And that's the actual soul group. So that's the crystal human. You have to understand that we're the humans communicating to each other. We're the crystal root race, and we're the communication that transmits back and forth. We're walking as the planet crystal root races right now, which is just the planet. It's the planet, all communicating to all of the other yous, which is the soul group. So I think that's really beautiful. And what we're creating and experiencing right now. Now, once we once the soul group and the planet Krystal root race, every single one that you connect to, which are every being and soul that you see, that's your soul group. Once we unify it, we become one. There's always you can call it the next level of what the planet wants to experience. Yes. So there's ones that create karma in a negative way, or you're clearing your karma or bad karma, or you're being punished, or another creation of fear. So we're still removing those systems and templates. But you have to understand as the soul group as one, and the planet, Krystal root race, human root races, the soul groups, the species, everything as one, any being, plants, all plants have that soul intelligence and have that source soul intelligence. The planet, the being itself, every species that you make a connection to, it's all one massive group. Once you become unified, that's what you call unification. Once that group becomes one, there's the next creation and the next reality of what you're creating. So when I speak of karma, I never really held that belief inside of me. I was just clearing or creating something new through a geometric pattern encoding through the crystals of the physical body and through my physical body. So I chose to queer it for that group. I know I don't hold those templates. I never did hold those templates my whole lifetime. So a lot of us have created. Now, there's a lot of questions, and you don't have to align to my experience or creations, because you have to co-create on your your crystal human experience as a planet herself. You have your own coding creation, your own experience of what you're creating. We are not supposed to all create the same system and the same holographic experience or creation experience. So when we say, hold on, guys, people yelling. Um, when we experience a frequency that doesn't feel like it transmits or agree with it, that's beautiful, because that means that you are aligned, and you're aligned to your true and authentic self already. So as I speak, I have ones that have questions about my last transmission of when I was speaking, and when I was speaking and transmitting or trying to speak, always trying to speak on what I have to experience in the past 3 years and in the past 5 years, which is a chosen experience as the planet. I am the being itself, and I'm a being walking in the body, and I chose to have the experience. So now I have to sit here with it's with a group on the planet And it is a group, the group that I speak of, that I have to have this experience. And it really is. And it's the experience of what of what we create, or as a planet, the being is what we're all creating. So you have to understand they have physical bodies. They don't have, that's not the dimension, right? Or the spirit body. They have physical bodies. So it really is the planet as we walk as beings, and we're just creating whatever needs to be created. And once we're finished, you can call it a soul agreement. But I have, when I say I'm fighting through being able to do a transmission or to speak on my lives, I am. And I do actually have to sit there because of what I have been experiencing. Now, as a soul group, or the crystal root race group of the planet, and those are the chosen words as the being itself, and as I walk as the being itself, those are the chosen words of expression because we are the crystals, the crystal beings, and how we're able to see the crystallization and the geometric system and patterns. I call it the royalty dressings and the royalty jewelry of the body, which is it's all a full system and how it works. But as the being itself, I'm the one that created that experience. Really beautiful, right? Now, when we create with these words, when ones walk around and they create the words and they walk around and they say that I am God, that you should, when someone comes to me and says that I am God and has walked up to me, I have no judgment or fear of them because I know they are God. Now, when they walk up to me and they say that, then they are fully, I feel like that they just have their template and their organic system and their template fully activated. So I think that's beautiful, right? So my last transmission, when ones do not agree with what I speak about as galactic torture, through my experience, the AI dream state, and the galactic awakening torture I went through, the experiences that I had from the past, and it's been a lot longer than that. So I'm going to say about almost 20 years. And the 2009 to 2025. So it's 2013, 2014, 2015 is when I started to experience the galactic awakening torture. So 2010, 2011, and then all the way to 2025. And I would have to say 2012, 2013 to 2025 is the chosen experience of that galactic uh, torture that I went through, that I was sharing. Because I'm the one, and our group and our soul group, we're the ones creating it. We are. Now, you don't have to, like I said, no one has to agree with what I'm speaking of. But I had a few questions come in and saying, why would you ever want to experience it? There's Well, I really don't want to, never did want to experience it. So I had no conscious awareness of it. No, I do not. I do not want to experience it. You're right. Never did. Never wanted to experience it. So I would say, no, I do not want to experience this. As you go deeper and deeper into who we are, you will know that we are just the ones, and we're just the ones that are experiencing it and creating. Because I do feel we are the most powerful creators. Now that can just be the group itself that I choose the experience with for many years, or an Akasha record agreement, or what you call it is a contract. And that can just be the Galactic group itself. Well, that's what they call themselves. That could just be their system that is running, and that's what they're created. And it would be their system, their templates, their records, their everything that they created and that they locked me into for right now. Hopefully, the best words, that would be the best words to explain it. That it would be their system itself. It would be. I would have to say somehow like holding or locking us into the actual system itself, but like pulling us into a timeline, pulling us into a timeline. So I would have to say, no, I would not want to experience it ever. So I did have questions about what I was communicating about and speaking about. Now, as a crystal being and as the planet herself, no matter what, why would I speak these words that I would want to experience it, or the ones that we love the most? Why would we ever say this? Why would we ever say this? Because as the higher being and as the higher self, I would know that I am the planet creating this. I already know this. I came into a full awareness of it years ago. Even if I was forced to during those 12 years, 13 years, that I know no matter what, I am that being itself. I know everyone I connect to, everything I communicate, I've known since I was younger. No matter what it is that I see outside or what I am experiencing. It's what you call karma or negative karma, even if it's fear and it's a distortion. Or it can be, there's so many different words, but it's the words that I do choose to speak, that it's really dark. So there's different words, and that can be either dark or different. Some people call them networks. I mean, some people call them programming itself, but it's something that I chose to experience, and we all choose to experience it. So when you feel that emotional body cleansing and clearing, or you feel like you did something wrong, which is the inner child, so when we speak about the whole experience in the lifetime here, when you're clearing your Akashic records from the time you're a child, there's so many of us that always want to do the inner child healing. That's just another belief, another template you'll wipe, because you've already cleared it. So when you're revisiting it over and over again, and it's a trauma, or let's say it's something that you did yourself, that you're the one that did it, right? And it holds fear and pain and suffering, or you're scared, or a fragment, or a soul piece. Some people say it's like a soul piece that you have to return to somebody. That's another belief that's running in a creation of a system of what we call the old template, the old system, old database that doesn't run anymore at all. So when you feel that coming up into your physical body, just remember that you are the being itself, that you are the planet, you are source, you're everything, you are every soul that you ever connected to, even if it is fear, and it is like dark or distortions, something you never wanted to experience, even as a child. It could be anything. It could be ones that you see in front of you that hurt you or hurt each other. It can be abuse, it can be violence, it could be sexual misery, abuse, and that's what you choose to see. It could be really intense for us as a crystal being and crystal child. But I knew no matter what, I was connecting on a soul level and connecting to them and connecting my eyes to them. And I always would see them in a different way, no matter what, no matter if they were always arguing and screaming at me as a child and trying to create arguments, and would tell me it's almost like holding, it's almost like a choking to the throat chakra when you're speaking and they cut you off as a child, and you're trying to tell them how loving and beautiful they are and how you connect because you see them in a way that is so beautiful, because you're the being, your source, your God consciousness. So those that are star seeds and those that are awakening right now, or spiritually awakening, or somehow you fell on my channel, you fell into it, or it popped up on your phone. I have a lot of people that say that. And that you're here on a live with me, or you listen to it later on. You remember, as the star child, crystal child, or indigo race, and as a being, can you just remember what I'm speaking about? So we're working with the inner child a little bit today. Or when ones are either not believing us or just kind of cutting us off and creating something in front of us that is a fear, argument. It can feel like narcissistic is another word, or abusive. Sometimes they'll get up and they'll jump at you. They will. They can, as a child, they'll hit you, they'll grab you, and they'll put you on, like, yes, they'll put you in timeout. Although they want to yell and scream at you, and they want it. Those are the experiences I had. They'll tell you to go sit in your room, and then you would experience what after that. Now, those are my experiences, but how many of us around the planet experience that as a child? So I'm trying to show you the group and the soul group and the crystal race we're talking about today, which is the crystal human races and their root races. So I need to go back and fix a correction and the actual correction on my title. I forgot to put human today because we're the group, the human group that is on a experience here. Now we're also the planet itself on an experience. We walk on her. We're the beautiful being. Everything so beautiful that was given to us to be able to walk on and to be able to see something so beautiful every day, no matter what we're experiencing, right? All right. So when we talk about the word is collective, I'm trying to break down for everybody that is new here. I have a lot of star seeds that are new. I have a lot of new star seeds, crystals, and indigos that just kind of my channel just shows up and they wind up on my lives. So and they know nothing. They don't understand anything I'm saying. They don't understand what collective is or consciousness or I never did either for a while. I had to sit here and just kind of have it materialize to me so I could transmit what I was feeling in the physical body. And I always talk about her, and I always will, which is Lisa Transcendence Brown. So she was just another me, which is me coming in and saying, here's your words for what you've been feeling since you were small and a little girl. Here's how to transmit light codes, geometrics, crystals, patterns, everything you've been feeling as the source, the God, the prime creator, the planet, the being itself. So that's all I'm doing for you. That's what I'm doing as the guides and the teachers, and that's what we're all doing for each other. All right, so we're going to move through this. We'll just kind of clear it, reset it, reboot it in the crystal body and the crystal structures of the body. So you say it's like a reboot, recoding, or rewriting, or just a new system, new geometric pattern that we're all going to do together. That's the transmission that came in today. So working with the inner child itself, through the child, the teenage years, and then also the 20s and the 30s. That way you're just understanding, even when you're working with the inner child itself, you have to just be able to understand what you were experiencing. The best way to say it could just be a geometrics or patterns of the crystals in the physical body that could just be either real quick or it lasts. It can last, the whole lifetime. That you have to continue to create it, or you don't create it and you see it and you go, "Woo, I'm just going to clear this like this." So I don't want to experience this anymore. So that's what we do to each other. Now, as the inner child, and seeing and experiencing it from the ones that are supposed to love us or take care of us, or whatever that you're remembering right now, and it's really what is the patterns and the coding and the physical body. That's the Akashic record we're querying. That's the best way I can say it, that it's the crystal body and it's the actual physical body that we're querying today. So some people believe that it's karma, but I've seen ones that will be stuck in that. I'm going to call it a crystal pattern grid, that we're choosing to be stuck into that system, that geometric system, that collective system, that geometric grid system, because we're holding that system in that field. Now we're holding that field because we're working on something new. When we say the word collective, I'm going to say as a soul group and as a crystal human root race soul group. We're the ones that are working on it right now. So ones that are experiencing anything that is something we don't want to experience, it's the physical body that is the crystal body that is choosing to do it. You don't really have, it's the being itself. So there's different, you could say that that's what you call as a multidimensional split, or the split within. That's saying, I don't want to experience this. It all comes together. It does. But you'll come back as the being itself, and we'll say, well, we have to. So these are all of us as a soul group that are querying. And if you are seeing different patterns or thought patterns that continue to come up, that could be the inner child or different parts of your lifetime, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to read again what I started to write, because I wanted to go a little bit deeper into what I see right now that I'm experiencing. Now, I know it's an hour, but sometimes we could be here for a few hours, probably until my phone dies. So hold on. I have to put the battery charger on. I'm having such funny experiences, but what whatever we're experiencing. My body is burnt today. That's just like another chosen experience of what I've been experiencing. But yeah, my body's burning, and my whole body's burning. I'm being burnt all over. The sun is actually the sun is burning, but it is what I've been experiencing the past 5 years, and in the past 3 years too. I don't know how to explain it, but it when the sun hits my body, it amplifies uh, the heat on my body. So I'm just being burnt, and then and it's just an experience. I don't know how to explain it, but I started to talk about it, but it is it's a part of the system I was talking about, and the whole system that's on me, and it burns my body, and it will continue to. But I'm still okay. I'm good. I'm still here and still walking and experiencing the whole system that burns my body and resets me over and over again. That's been for like 3 years. That's what I was talking about, galactic torture, but it's a collective. It's a soul group experience right now. That where it's just like a massive grid that we're all working on. So, for some reason, I have to experience it even if I don't want to. I would like for it just to be off of me completely so I can sit here and actually enjoy watching the star every day and the sunrise without me being burnt over and over again and having to go run into yeah into like a building or shelter or coffee place sitting somewhere. It's alright. Okay, so receiving the downloads that I did receive is we're activating all new timelines. So resetting massive crystalline diamond structures within inside the physical body. As I woke up and when I see the star, now the sun is the star, but I'm also the star too, right? So anything that I see out there, and when I see the universe itself, or I see different systems and star systems, not all of them are stars, but different solar system planets. So the sun, when we look at the sun, that's a star system. That is me. That's just me too. I'm being, yeah. And that definitely would be it. That really makes me laugh. That if I'm being burnt over and over again, that it will be the sun. It would be. It would be the sun that is me. That the sun is a higher version of me too. That decided I'm just going to burn you and melt you. And I would be 100% definitely okay with it because I'm in love with the star. It's it's funny and it's a joke, but I am in love with that star. Absolutely in love with it. And I really am. I'm in love with it. I stare at it all day long, and I just sit there and look at it. And then I do go into its system, its Merkaba system, and its blueprints, structures, every single thing that it's doing. Every single thing. I sit there and I watch it. But now I'm experiencing what I have to experience right now. But I used to be able to watch it and to be able to sit and to look at it and watch it for a long time. But it's really just inside of the physical body, and the sun is inside of the body. It is a part, and that's what I'm trying to share with you guys. It is really a part of the crystalline diamond structures within inside the physical body and the crystalline system and geometric system. So that sun is within inside my body. Now, there's ones that we are. It's the crystal system and the crystal body itself that is creating the solar sun chakra system or vortexes within inside the physical body. Now, that is something that we create. We're the ones that create it. There's ones that are part of the group and collective grid, or I'm going to call it a grid, and it is a grid itself. It's the soul group and the crystal human root ray soul group that is choosing to create and choosing to work on that grid together as a collective soul group. That's the materialization within inside the physical body. The crystalline cellular memory, massive Akashic record within the crystal of the physical body is going through a clearing. Now, a clearing is nothing but a relief. So, going into the chakras is created only by us. Now, we're choosing to create it, right? So, the solar sun chakras and the chakras in the body, that is what we decided, that grid system, and that I'm going to call it a template, or let's just call it like a crystalline system or record system or a database that we could just be working on, like a crystal data. It's something, and it can be the system, the chakra systems, anything a part of the spiritual awakening. And it really is about the physical body. So the physical body awakening itself, the the energy body. So the physical body, the energy body, the chakra systems, anything as awakening or spiritual awakening, and what we are learning about the physical body, what we're actually accessing in the physical body itself, that is just a creation within the crystal body. And yes, and the crystal body is also just another creation of the planet human, planet crystal human root races. That we are just the ones and you are just the ones that are creating it itself. And that's beautiful, right? So when I'm experiencing last night, what I have to continue to experience and what I have to experience this timeline because it has many different, the words are not lessons, not lessons, teachings. There's a lot of teachings here. There's a lot. I'm in a lot of master teachings right now, and it's a lot of master teachings, even if it's a form of well, yeah, even if it's like a form or that it's a torture, and it is. So it is actual torture, and it was for 12 years and in the past 5 years. Now it has been the past 3 years and it hasn't stopped at all. It just doesn't stop. So it's a form of, and it is a form of mastery. No matter what's happening, it's still a teaching, and it still will always be an amazing teaching, no matter what. It's something that is a teaching. It's an inner teaching. Now we have to pull that up, and there's the emotional body, right? So clearing, it could be crying and having to, you can say releasing, but it's not really releasing. It's something that you are feeling, and that it's okay if you feel, and it's okay if you don't want to feel anymore. And that's beautiful, right? Yes, and it really is. It's something. I'm okay with the teachings of it, even if there's a lot of fear coming up. Right. So that's the experience last night, and then I get to wake up this morning to see the beautiful sun, even though I am experiencing, and I am, and I'm really honest about what I'm experiencing for the past 3 years, and every single day, all day long, I am experiencing a form of torture, and I am, and it's by a galactic group, and it really is. It's actual physical. They have physical bodies, and it's a galactic group, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop at all. And it's actually around my whole. It actually ran through my body all day long. It really is. Nothing. I can't get anything off of me. I never will be able to, and I already know it. But it's one of my highest teachings I have to experience. Now, anybody else that is in the experience or group or a part of my group or family, I would never want them to experience, but I'm the one experiencing it. They're the one experiencing it. So that means that there's a higher being there somewhere. It's a higher being that decided it was going to be with me during it. No matter what, we would be together and that we will experience the same thing. That we will, because the being is a part of my creation and is a higher being and a crystal being that came in to teach me a lot and to teach me is one of my most beautiful masteries and most beautiful teachings, right? So that's a higher being to me that came in. Now we can become one, but it's still a being. It still has its vessel, but it's still the planet that created its own being. So hopefully you guys can follow when we go deeper into the crystal root races, the human root races, you guys, and the group itself, because we're going to be here for a long time. So you don't have to listen to the whole transmission. You guys can listen later. And I'll continue to speak about it because, and yes, and we are the actual, it is, I will speak about it. The actual galactic group is the one that holds us in a whole system and sits here, and they do. I'm tortured by them all day long, and anybody else that is in this timeline or the experience out there and family and the ones that are, it's not really being pulled into the timeline at all, but they're the ones kind of like materializing right now. That as we sit here, we actually we were forced to, and we were to sit here and talk about what they did to us on our lives. That's funny, right? That's kind of interesting. That's just a part of their torturing system and some trigger system they use. It is. I have to laugh about it a little bit. It's just their trigger system. They use some type of trigger system throughout the whole body. But I wanted us to speak about what they did to us because they would. Hopefully you guys start to catch on to that. And they, yes, they actually would. But they know who I am and they know how powerful I am of a being. So I just sit here, I just laugh at them all day long. And I will laugh at them because I am the planet. I really am the planet and the higher being just laughing at them. And I really am. Damn. Just laughing at them for a while. And then not laughing at them. So the the ones that, even if it's this dark and for many years, those of you that have experienced, you have to understand, even as a child, that still is a form of and the word is torture and the fear. And when we are And you will create those patterns within inside of yourself. You will create them. You will. Your body will actually physically move. So you will actually become, well, they keep saying, not for everybody, but you will have hit or abused someone or spoke in those patterns or that frequency running. Does that make sense? So it's okay and it's all right as you get older that, or as the child, that you are creating and materializing that system and that pattern, that geometrics, that some people call it a program, but it really is showing you how we're connected and how our soul group, how everything is one. And it really is. So no matter what, it'll motorize the physical body, and it will. It always will. So as a child, when you are experiencing abuse, or when I go back to how you know that you have a soul connection as a star seed star being, that you already had a higher awareness. Now there's ones that never had a higher awareness, but they will always say that for the ones that are awakening right now. The ones that awaken and come to me and they tell me every day that they're shut down, or what what they keep saying to me, that they're shut down, they can't hear anything, they don't know anything, they don't feel that they don't have that higher awareness, or they were never awakened. When so many of them come to me and tell me that they don't feel awakened, and I've worked with hundreds of people and thousands of people around the planet, and I have. Now I do it in different ways, but I do sit here and I try to talk to everyone that comes in on my chats and the ones that I communicate and talk to all day long. And anybody who comes into my holographic experience or my creation and they connect their soul eyes to me, or they're virtual. So I have worked with hundreds of people throughout the years, actually coming into my website, doing sessions with me and stuff like that. And they just end up being my family later on. They're just all my family coming in and sitting here holding space for me. And that's what they're doing. They have to become stronger than me right now. And they'll have to. They'll all have to become really stronger than me. Those are all of my groups that come in. All of my soul groups are coming in to be stronger than me. They'll have to be. Yes, and that has to do with what I'm experiencing right now, and then also the past 3 years. They'll have to be really strong for me, and they'll have to hold that grid, where that grid is that light grid, or that crystal light grid, and that's what we call as holding space. They will have to have their heart fully open, and to keep the heart open and flowing. I have to keep like the full system on that light grid, that source grid running. It would be source of the planet, the God source, that full system light grid. It would definitely, I call it is an actual light grid. If you look at it, it has a geometric system, a geometric pattern. So they would have to make sure that the whole physical body, and they would have to come into full awareness of how they're holding space. So some people call it a pillar of light, but it will have to be just the planet God source light that you see through the physical body. A lot of them are women. It could just be one of them or two or a few of them. All right. So going into different forms of what we call is the frequency of what we hold in the body, right? Well, you can be clearing the Akashic records. That frequency running and that pattern, that geometrics, that's what we call is the clearing itself. Knowing the higher awareness. So the ones that are still awakening, that to me is probably just something that is just running inside of me and something that I have to kind of recode or use different systems, different geometric patterns in the physical body, the crystal body, and the crystal body, which is the physical body itself. And you could say clearing it, but it's really like just kind of activating a new it's like the crystals moving. The crystals in the physical body, the dressings, the head dressings, the royalty head dressings of the crystal body is kind of like moving in different patterns and moving around the chakras if I create chakras. But I never, when I would look at everything, I would look at it, but I never felt that my body holds the chakra systems. But then I decided when I would look at the sun, and I decided to really go deeper and deeper into the sun, and then I started to read uh, Christic teachings. You can say Qonic science, but it really just went in. I just went into a few of the books really quickly. I had my experience with the Christic teacher, which is Miss Dean, and all I did was look at the chakra systems itself, or what she was showing in a video, like a 3-hour video, and then I got all of her books, and I just kind of went through the books, never read them, and that's what we'll do. So I already knew what I was doing, and I sat here and I looked at the sun, and I started to work with the sun more and more and go deeper into what she was. You have to understand, I'm choosing an experience with her, you know, because we're connected. So I decided I was going to look at the sun for a while, and I was going to see if I can access or create or wanted to create the actual Christic systems with inside the physical body, and then the different Merkaba systems that she created and that she drew. So I decided to work with her, and I decided I wanted to make solar sun star chakras in my body. That's really truly what I wanted. I decided I wanted to create chakras in my body. So you can do that. That's pretty cool, right? And I decided I really did, just looking at the sun, and I said, well, you know what? I really just want to create all of my chakras as the sun. I want each chakra to become the sun, and I want it to be like the full sun. So I would be melted by the sun. And that would be the yes, and then the ocean itself. So it's the full being. It would be the being that whatever we're creating, right? That would be my I would become the planet when we experience death or dying. When we die, or you know that you're dying, you know you're dying. You just know it, no matter what, that you eventually are going to die. And and it could be very soon. And it can be. However it's going to happen. Now, the word die and death, that is not, it's not really real, but it will be for a lot of people. When you are, well, it can happen to ones really fast, and then ones that have to experience it in a slower way, or being tortured for 5 years and for 3 years, and just knowing no matter what that I am leaving very soon, and just knowing it that I am leaving, and whatever I created is is leaving with me. Then that's it, right? Now it's not, because if I see it, I still have my physical body and I have the crystal body, and I do. So it's really not victimization programming, but I always laugh about it. Not a victim or a victimized programming at all. It's the truth. I'm speaking about experience and knowing that it's perfect for me. That I already created the crystal body, and I did. No matter what, I created the crystal body, and I do have crystals all over my body. And anything that we created and that I created has crystals all over its body. And and it does, single thing, it really does. So I created the chakras, and I know I created the chakras, the crystals, and all kinds of something really beautiful, right? And I absolutely became deeper and deeper with the planet itself. So I always am definitely making sure, no matter what, that the planet, I become the planet. And that's it. I become the planet, I become the stars, I become the sun. And I really did want to become the sun. I want to become a planet itself, and then I want to experience my next experience. And that's when I'm leaving the actual body or vessel. Now, it can be very soon, and it can be. I wouldn't really know yet. It can be soon, um, or it can be in a few years. I wouldn't know. Now, I want to be here for 400 years, and that would be really cool, but that's not, that's, I already know that's not what I created. The planet decided to really become one with me very soon for my next experience. So when we talk about reincarnation, and when you talk about reincarnation as a plant, or an animal, or a being, or a cricket, or that would be the most beautiful experience. Yes, it definitely would. They're pretty peaceful. Um, Whatever I create to be, because I've heard about that. But that's also it is an actual training. That's another creation of beliefs and templates. That's an say negative form, or a form of fear. That's another karma creation. I decided to work on this morning really fast. Now, going into the words of death and ascension, that I'm ascending as a planet. And I can ascend in the physical body. But that's what I created with the sun. I really wanted to go more into, I wanted to make sure I was able to do a soul group full creation with Miss Dean. And I don't even know the woman, but I wanted to really go into everything she was showing me. I wanted to see if I could access it, and I did. It was a long time ago. Now, in working with systems, I know that I won't be able to fully access at all, and I was showing that about 3 years ago. So I have to experience what I'm experiencing right now. But I was able to get done what I was trying to create, and I was able to create the crystal body, and to create the crystal system and the geometrics and the patterns, and some chakra systems. There's a lot I was able to create. As far as the workflow systems, I won't be able to fully create it. So that was shown to me about 2 years ago, and the past year, that I already knew I would not be able to
won't be able to do anything or to experience those systems and those miraculous systems. Now, a lot of people say that could just be a belief, or um, now, yes, that can be a belief, right? But it's not a belief. I will be ascending and becoming a planet very soon. I actually know that, and I do actually know it. So that system I was not able to work on. Now I do know that I did work on it. I did get it done. I just want you to know that I actually did. But right now, this is where it's going. So I'm about to say, oh, that Azurite's going to die soon. No, it's not about that. You have to understand that that is what ascension is, and that it's not about ascension at all. That I am just becoming. I'm going to go to my full planet ascension so I can experience my next experience here, and that's it. So it's not. It really is not a Kashra Azurite is going to die. I'm not saying that because you could see me for another 3 years, 2 years, 10 years. Or, not really sure yet. I have I have no words to speak on that, and that's the reason why. When you have to understand, I can walk down the street and I can see her and talk about it, create it, and I could get hit by a car really fast and just go, poof. Or who knows, a massive wave. Or you guys, you understand what I'm talking about, right? But the experience of what I do talk about, um, the hold system, how my body's being burnt, the galactic group that we chose this experience, or on a soul level, a soul group. The system that has been on me, like I said, that is torturing me for the past 3 years, uh, and how it works through the body, and I have been actually experiencing it. And then the past year, I realized that I will not be able, um, I won't be experiencing my physical body experience anymore because it took me that long to be able uh, to become into awareness of it, and that's it. Is that I don't see them stopping at all. I really don't see them stopping. And that's okay. But I still have beautiful experiences with the planet every day. I get to watch the sun rising, and I'm playing on the beach because I'm becoming one with the planet. And it is the planet and the being itself that still wants me to see it, and to always remember it, and to sit with the ocean and to lay with it. So it's really cool. No matter what I go through or what I've been experiencing and what I have been experiencing, that but I'm still walking on the being. I'm walking on the sand. I'm walking on the grass. I'm walking where the ocean is, and I'm sleeping on the being itself, which is really cool. No matter what, the being will take care of me. That the being will take care of me because I am the being. I get to see the beautiful sunrise, and then I still get to bring through what I know as the being, as a higher being, as the planet itself, and as the higher self. I still get to be able to do my lives, um, and still be able to transmit, I guess what you would say is knowledge or telepathication downloads, the knowledge that I want to share as a teacher because I am a master, and I am. These are my These are it's a part of my masteries. So I'm going to say that we all are masters and master teachers. All right. So ones that are awakening and spiritual awakening and raising consciousness around the planet, raising vibrational frequency, and that are coming in and listening to my lives. I'm going back into the ones that felt like they were shut down to remember that you were always connecting through the eyes and that you were always feeling that God consciousness frequency, that source frequency, or love or pure love. Now, I did create my website, and my website says Awakening to Pure Love. And that's another system and template and download that I am sharing with the soul group. And it is a soul group before my planet ascension. So it's something that we're all working on right now. So awakening to pure love is knowing that we are pure love. When you connect your eyes as a small child and you felt like I just wanted to love and that's all I felt through the body, then you have to go into see if you can go into a higher awareness to remember that that is your being. Now, when we speak the words about victim or victimizing, that's just another collective and galactic. Um, it's just it's in our soul group, our crystal soul group, humans, the crystal humans that are creating those words. They create words, victimizing, all the words that we know about. The programming. When we actually talk about programming that is running, then whoever wrote the who wrote everything and started to write it in different languages or English or however they brought it in, or you did it yourself. You did it yourself, and we call it program that's running. All right, well, that's just another belief. That's another geometric system and different patterns that we're materializing. It's another grid system you're working on. When I do say grid, once it's completed, it's done, then we create and we materialize through the physical body and the geometric patterns and the crystals in the body that those beliefs are gone. They're gone because we have something that we're creating new. That's why a lot of us go into different patterns. It is different patterns, right? Or fear. So we're working on clearing it and wiping that database and template right now. We're still working on that. So just going into fear or a program, I would say it's like a program running of feeling as if that you want to love them, that we're kind of going into the inner child right now, that you still love them even if they abuse you, or that is like a part of the narcissistic abuse, that pattern that's running, that frequency or that network that's running inside the physical body. It's kind of like a geometric system, geometric pattern, something that is materializing into the physical body. That belief is gone. All right, so that's another template wipe, but we are wiping. So just remember that anything I just spoke of, I'm going to tell you through my experience and when I activate the field and when the crystals start to activate the geometric system and light codes and the patterns, I'm giving you guys something new today. And I'm giving you a new system, new template that's running that I never felt that. I always felt, even as a child, in different ways, that I was just a master because we are the crystal being. We are the being, just like a master, knowing that no matter what, and that part of me would always come in, that you still love them in a way of pure love. And that's the God source and God consciousness. And God consciousness being or source being, right? Or crystal being, that you still love them in a pure love way. And I remember always being like that. And then I was also really feeling all of the kind of like the tears in the body and all of that pain and suffering when they were speaking to me and didn't understand, and all that sadness. Why are they being like this to me, even as a small child? And then what we do is that we create, and we will start to create the patterns within the physical body. So hopefully you guys, I want you guys to understand this, that what you see out there is a transmission from the souls and the beings, and then we actually create the pattern system and the frequency inside of the physical body. And when that happens, right, when they say that it moves the whole body, that we become them, or uh, we could, I don't, it could be like anything that you saw in your childhood, and then you start to become either this, the guardians, the teachers, the experience, the parents, or you can follow, right? The ones that you felt like hurt you, abuse you, or and it moves the whole body. Well, you have to understand that's the crystal body moving. It's the whole physical body. So you're already unified, right? That it's the actual system, it's the crystal body itself. It's going to, right? And it will. Now it will move. Some people call it the quantum body, the quantum crystal body. Now it will move for a long time to work on that collective template to clear it in the physical body. Now there's ones that will probably do it their whole lifetime and have no awareness of what they're doing, and that's where they're unconscious, and they're unconscious about it. Now there's ones that are like us that will what they call us looking within. Now that has to go too very soon, and there's a lot of us that are working on it, but I'm definitely working on it most. When we talk about having to go within all the time, I really don't feel like we have to. You should be able to activate a new system, a new transmission in the crystals inside the physical body. Now, whatever I'm speaking, and I always say, no matter what I see and no matter what I speak right now, do not sit here and don't take everything in. Because whatever I'm speaking about, the physical body and the crystal body, and it really is. Now, how I was able to see it in the most beautiful way, that's something, a most beautiful being I created. That's what we're working on. Decided was going to show me what we're going to go into and work on. And that's in the galactic community. And it really is in the galactic community, and the group, in the galactic group, the quantum group, the spiritual awakening group. But that's the quantum group. That's the crystalline group. That's the Christics and the Christos. It really is. Those are the ones that we were going to work on. So I always tell myself it was my beautiful child and my beautiful daughter. That's a crystal child that showed me what we're going to go work on and make something really beautiful. So it was my daughter that started to show me her crystals on her physical body, and would start to show me the most beautiful things over and over again. And then I could see crystals on my body. And I could see crystals on my body, and then eventually I aligned to ones and to a beautiful woman that shows crystals on her body. And then we got to go and be with her for a while. Because those are the ones we're going to go hang out with. So I thought it was really cool, right? And that's how I was able to awaken into that full awareness, which is the crystalline awareness and the crystalline system and the physical system and the downloads that I receive every single day, which I think is it's really beautiful because it is something that's being created even more massive right now. So that's the crystalline template, and that's the planet itself. So when I say that, don't always take everything in or make it like a belief or a template. Always see if you can stay into an awareness of that stillness in the mind, and see if you can see something else within inside of you, or ask your higher self, your higher version of you, to telepathically communicate to you, to show you something different than what I'm speaking about. You always want to do that. You really do always want to do it. You do not always want to make what I'm speaking right now your belief, and you do not. So just remember that you want to keep asking if you see something different, and how do you see? Because you have to see the creator that you are, the master that you are, the being, that you are source, you are prime creator, and that you are the planet. You have to see the being and the higher being and the infinite being that you are. And that is how I will always teach and guide. I will. So I'm sharing just through experience. All right. I'm going to have to come back either today or maybe tomorrow, because it'll probably rain a lot, or I'll come back in a few weeks. Who knows? Maybe charge my phone and I can come back on to fish. I want to go deeper into the crystal human root races, and deeper into those beautiful abilities that we do have. And when I started to materialize and to create them into reality, as our soul group becomes one. So that's the crystalline soul group and the diamond soul group. But it's also, when we talk about different realities, that's the crystalline diamond earth and the crystalline plasma diamond earth system, where they talk about the new earth. And there's also the auroras. So all the ones that have all the Christics and the Christos, the ones that are creating those templates with inside of the physical body and the crystalline system, crystal bodies, they're the ones that created that template and all of those realities, which I think is pretty cool, right? So I will say, because now it's like millions and millions of them, and it really is a group that came in, a soul group, crystal humans, or one, I think they're awakening, or spiritual awakening, or indigos, or what whatever it is that we're creating. We all came together to create the crystalline energy matrix, the aurora earth systems, and then the crystalline diamond plasma system. So it really is just a planet itself. It's a planet, and it really is the planet. It's a planet. It's a planet doing it, because we are the planet. Okay, so finishing my writing, we have to remember the Akashic records. Yes, I will. I'm going to speak about my last divine union, which I think is really powerful. I have two. I have two unions. I'm going to speak about him today or tomorrow. And he's a crystal being. And there's another crystal being. Was one of the divine unions I was able to be with. And that I'm materialized the geometric patterns of my body. And he was my last beautiful union, my last relationship that I would ever be with and ever be able to experience physical, and it really is physical touch and physical love, or uh, that vibration and that energy of a partner, a divine partner, and also yes, a sacred. I would have to say sacred and it would be crystalline. Well, I'll say second form. I call it crystalline tantra, and being able to have just a connection, that beautiful connection. And it is the best way. I like the word tantra. I'm also working on tantra. I'm working on tantra and tantric before I become the ascended planet. And I have a lot I've been working on. But I like that word. It's it's crystalline tantra. And that was my last experience, one of the most beautiful experiences that I was ever able to experience, and that was my last beautiful experience, and it actually was very beautiful, and it was only for a few months, and I'm definitely speaking about that beautiful crystal being and that beautiful star that is absolutely beautiful to me. I was able to have a beautiful experience with him because he was a part of my higher mastery and teaching of love and what pure love feels like. What does it feel like? What is that vibration? And I was able to experience tantra. So, and it's like a higher way of intercourse, a pure love intercourse, and that was it. And it really was, because I was about to experience even a higher mastery teaching. And that is it really is our experience, and me and it really is a part of me and his experience, and we created that. We're the ones that created it because we would create that, and then we would ascend as a planet, and we will. Now I will be speaking, so we'll go into relationships and divine unions and crystal divine unions and twin rays, celestial twin rays, starseed. It really is about starseed twin rays. I'll be going into that, and then also a beautiful one that I was able to experience that will also be ascending with me, and we will be ascending. We're all ascending together as a planet. We will all become one once I physically leave the body. So everything that's coming together right now, I'll be sharing another beautiful union for a long time that I was able to create something so beautiful with. And we're crystal beings, and we are crystal beings, and we were able to create a beautiful crystal being together, an actual human life, the human life, that creation of life. We were able to create life and a crystal human being. It was absolutely beautiful. So he's one of my highest unions too. And that would be the man I'm still married to. And I'll always be married to him. And I make sure that when I ascend in the physical body, that he will be the one I will stay married to. And I will always be married to him because we created the most beautiful divine being. And that would be our job. No matter what happened, no matter what happened, no matter what our teachings were, no matter what our teachings were, no matter what people think, the family thinks,